people who clean outside right when you're needing to do something. It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. That's just the way it works. Well, hola, 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 hola. How are you? Welcome to Today with Sadie. I am honored to have my husband not just here, but he is now a two-time retiree. My husband Robert, the most handsomest guy in the world for me, and these eyeballs, he is the most handsomest man. How you doing, babe?
Good, thank you.
Yeah. um, so what I wanted to share today with Sadie, where we talk about everything and anything, is the start of the new year. People say, "Oh, it's a new chapter," or when they go into another year of life after a birthday, they're like, "Hey, it's a new chapter, chapter 10, chapter 52." And I heard my friend Unica Neek say, through another friend that heard her say, this that really captivated where we are right now: a new book. A new book. And Rob, we were kind of discussing this a little bit. What does a new book mean? What does a new book mean?
A new book means you're starting something new. You're learning new things. You're getting new information.
Get closer. You're retired. Now you get to be with me all the time. Get closer to me, babe.
Soon you're gonna be like, "Are you too close?" No, but it's more. You're gonna on a new adventure. When you open up a new book, it's a new adventure. Whether it be a fiction book, a nonfiction book, a thriller, or an engineer, or like a book that you reading for school or whatever, right? Something new. You don't know you kind of know what's in it, but you don't know what's in it.
Right. And then, so what would you say is the difference of, like, when people say it's a new chapter?
A new chapter is when you already have like
Keep talking.
an outline of the book where you're headed, right? You know
An
the
outline.
book, you know where the book is going, so you're gonna write a chapter for that book.
Awesome. Awesome. Chocolate. So, we're in a new season. We've been married 19 years. We're going on 20 years this year in August. High five to that also. But then we are stepping into a new book, right? There's nothing wrong with chapters, but I believe God wants to do something super awesome and give you a new book. And what does that new book mean? Means you have no clue what's ahead, except that it's new, it is different, it is unique. God has done amazing things in your past, but that book, like, literally, can you pass me my gray book right there? The gray one. That's blue.
I was like, what color
is
is that?
When I was asking God, hey, what do you need me to prepare for in the new year? And he did this. I heard that sound. And I'm using that book because it was a very deep moment of that slap. And I'm like, what does that mean? So when my friend Ingrid said that she heard our friend Anik say, it's a new book, I go, that's what it means. It's a new book. It's a new, not even a new season. It's a new direction that he has for you, that you're going to have to trust those steps that he has before. Like, he's retired. He retired from the military. He retired from his civilian job. Thank you, Warrior Nation, Obregon, Boba Imas, yes, and all these other businesses that I have going. That was able to bring him home. Now it's going to be different because people have asked you, like, what are you going to do? So what was your response to that?
Well, it was just like a general response of, I'm going to help my wife with the business. That because that's just, I don't think they would understand where we're going. Mm-hmm. And so it was just like, I'm going to help with the business, which I am. But in all honesty, I have no idea what's going to happen. I know that I am helping my wife. We're going to be moving forward on things. And I just, what I say, I'm not to expected or unexpected.
Because I asked them, are you ready for this? Are you ready for what's going to happen? He goes, you know, this is how I perceived what he said. He goes, what I've learned from being married to you is to expect, not to expect, but to be ready for everything.
Yep.
To be ready, to be ready. And so in that, we're just going to be ready for what God is going to do. And I'm sharing this about this new book is that I want you to think, right? On the show, right? Today with Sadie, where we talk about everything and anything, is that I want for you to have a deeper thought of God, is there more? Is there more? Is this a part of my life that you want to close the book on and have me enter into something that is going to grow me, develop me, prune off areas in my character that needs to be buried? Because a new chapter, when we say it's a new chapter, it's in the same storyline.
You go to another story.
Right? If you're dealing with the narcissist, I think it's time for a new book. If you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with financial hardship, I think it's time for a new book. Because all you're doing is adding one extra chapter every single month or year, and it's never going to change. It's time to change the story. It is time to step into what God has for you and say, I choose to leave that. God, I want something new. What does that look like? What does that sound like? What does it feel like in my life if these things are left in that old book? What will it look like? You know, Rob is, we should have done it today, but we'll ceremony it right now. That he is my new chief supervising officer. He's going to be supervising all the businesses
Herding cats.
of herding cats, herding our family, supervising our family. He's really good. You know, I believe that God is healing our ADD-ish. But myself and our two children have very high energy, and he is really great at corralling us and supervising all the things that need to be done. And then all the businesses. So you're officially, I would hand, sit up straighter. I would hand you the keys to all the buildings and, you know, your pin set that I got you as the chief supervising officer at the C4 International Group. So welcome aboard.
Thanks.
All right, but I just want you to really ask God, what does my new book look like? I don't want to be in chapters anymore. If you want to continue to be writing this in the same storyline, then go ahead. If everything is well in your life, then stay in that place. Stay writing those chapters if you're in that place that you have the joy, the peace, you know, healthy relationships with others, with God, understanding your authority and your identity, and you have a beautiful book. Continue writing those chapters. But if you look at your life book and chapter after chapter sucks, big cheese, then it's time to close it up and say, God, I want a new book in my life.
All books have an ending, so
you're right.
Put an ending to the book you're on and start a new book.
Start a new book. Because we're starting a new book. Yes, and which is kind of cool because we're going into our 20th year being married. We're starting a new book, being your two-time retired military civilian life. Now he is working with us. So anyways, just something to think about. I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 Mountain Time, which is 8 Pacific, 10 Central, and 11 Eastern. I'll see you next time. Ciao, bis später, auf Wiedersehen, da Zadania. Bye.